Not one, yes, two, coming again at you with another video. This is a very, very important video. Right now, as I'm even about to talk about this video, like I'm getting memories right now. So give me time, let me cook, patience. Please hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And before I get into this video, I just want to say I took a look at my analytics and I realized that 85% of this channel is all men. So shout out to the fellas. Thank you, fellas, for being here. So now that I know when I say guys, sometimes I really am mainly talking to guys. It's literally like 15% or less of women on this channel. And I realize a lot of guys from the age of 18 up to like 35, 40 are watching this channel. So let's get into it, man. Older women are better in bed, is just the truth. And I want a lot of you dudes in your early 20s to experience. So please, I hope you guys are watching this video. And I hope I get some new younger subscribers to watch this video. In my lifetime of experience, older women are just 1000% better. And guys, when you're in your 20s, you should definitely be going after women in their 30s, 35, even 40, you know what I'm saying? Because you're just going to get an amazing experience. Talk about king's treatment. Like, older women just provide king's treatment. And listen, fellas, if you ever get the chance to live in a different state, even if it's like the South, if you're from up north and you get a chance to live in the South, if you're from the South and get a chance to live up north, try it. Even if it doesn't work out and you come back, try it, because that's what happened to me. I lived in Massachusetts for a year and I lived in Florida for a year. And Florida was like an extended vacation. It never felt like home, but it felt like a good time. Just an extended good time, and to the point where I was like, you know what? There's really no money here. I got to come back. And when I came back, I made more money than I made before I left. You get what I'm saying? So here's the thing. When you're an up north dude and you move to like Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, as soon as you open up your mouth, these women are going to realize you're different. As soon as you say, use a sentence, the way you carry yourself, they're going to realize you're not from there. You're from up north, or you're not from there. You're from down south. Women eat it up, and you know what the crazy thing is? When I was in Florida, right? I always told women that I messed with, because I moved to Florida with my girlfriend from up north, but I was a heavy cheater. I was still on my cheating stuff. And I always told women that I met in Florida, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm staying. This may not be for everything. And you know what? Every older woman I dealt with said there, oh, I'm gonna make you change your mind. See, when you're from a different part of the country and you move somewhere else, especially women in like their 30s and close to their 40s, they didn't experience dudes from their area, from their state. They already know what those dudes are about. When they get a dude from a totally different state, especially when he's from the north or from the south coming to a different part, they feel like, listen, I gotta hold on to this dude. I can't let him go because he's different. I don't know when I'm gonna get another chance to come across a guy like this. This is literally how these females see it. So I'm gonna give you two examples when I was in Florida dealing with older women. I was around like late 20s, 20, 20, 26, 27, around there, dealing with women like 35, and I think the oldest woman I dealt with was like pushing like 40. We'll talk about the woman that was pushing 40. Her name was Carmen. Spanish lady. When I tell you king's treatment, I mean king's treatment. Every time she knew I was coming over for the night, she would be like, what do you want to drink? What, like, as far as liquor, or, you know what I mean? What are you drinking? Are you going to be hungry when you come over? And I would go over to her house like around 11, 12 at night. And in Florida, the money is different. What you get, what you're paying for up here, is totally different than what you get down there in the South. I mean, this lady had a jacuzzi, a very nice sized house, and what she was paying was what people pay for rent up here, for rent, and she was in a house. So just let that sink in. Obviously, the weather is different. You deal with a lot of hurricanes and a lot of flooding and a lot of rain in Florida, but as far as the living situation, you definitely are getting more than what you pay for. Every time I would go over there, she would have a hot meal sitting on the table, glass Henny and Coke right there. I would eat, I would drink. She'd be like, you want to smoke? She knew I love to smoke. She would let me smoke. And then she would have the jacuzzi ready. Straight up in the jacuzzi in the bathroom. We in the jacuzzi. She's washing me down in the soap suds, kissing on my neck, taking her time slow. And we would definitely have a little sex in the jacuzzi. Then we would go to the bed. When I tell you, this lady just took her time, know how to hit every spot right. I mean, if you never experienced that feeling, guys, you don't know what you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you have, then you know. You know what I'm talking about. And the average guy's gonna say, "Oh, what are you talking about? Kissing every spot? What are you, a female?" Listen, listen. Men need treatment too. Men need foreplay too. You don't know what foreplay is like if you never experienced it. Like a kiss on the neck feels good for a guy too by an attractive woman. You think just kissing a woman on her neck is that's it? You think guys don't get anything from that? We get a sensation too when a woman takes her time, when she's not rushing it, and when it's not all on you to make the first move. I'm telling you, you have to experience it, and then once you experience it, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. And the crazy thing is, sometimes once you experience being with an older woman, every other woman, like all the younger women around your age, it's just the sex is just boring because you already know what it's gonna be. She's gonna give you head, you're gonna have back shots, you're gonna be sweating, you're gonna be putting all the work. You know what I'm saying? When you're with an older woman, she's willing to cater to you. She's willing to take her time. And you know what's crazy? Every older woman I've experienced has been this way. Not just because it was Florida, but the women in Florida are definitely different than the women here up north where I am. And there's never any drama. They know what it is. When you come over, these older women, they know what you want. They know you're there to clap cheeks. These older women see you as a second chance at life. They realize they don't hit the wall. They realize, like, the lady Carmen, she had 2 kids by her ex-husband, but her ex-husband moved on and they weren't getting along. She looked at me as her second chance at life. She really thought I was going to stay there in Florida and be with her. That's what this lady thought. And our relationship was based off sex. When my birthday came around that one time, because I was there for a year, she got me a gift. I didn't even have to ask for it. She surprised me with it. Trust me, when I left and stopped talking to her and I moved and I just left, I know she was hurt. She's probably still hurting now. Because it's very rare she's gonna come across a dude from up north that looked like me. And I didn't even look like this then. My hair was all crazy wild, I was a little chubby. I definitely was not on my body game. I definitely was not in the gym and taking care of my health. I wasn't eating right. So imagine if I looked how I look now down there. Oh my goodness, it would be a problem. I would be a problem. So I'm gonna talk about this other chick. Her name was Amber. This white girl in Florida. She had 2 kids as well. Straight up freak. Straight up freak. She had her toys. I'm trying to think how to keep this YouTube friendly. I mean, it is what it is, man. We got grown men watching. They better not demonetize my channel or cancel this video, because at the end of the day, we know what some people are doing on YouTube. We got dudes feeding dudes watermelon, and we got Ice Speed showing his penis, and he still has a YouTube channel. So I should be able to say what I want to say. We are all men, especially I know there's mainly men watching this. I'm gonna say what I need to say. I'll be fucking this girl in her pussy and putting a fucking dildo in her asshole, and vice versa. And she was loving it. Straight up freak, loving it. Her head game was on point. Never any argument. And when she got her income tax money for her kids, she took your boy shopping. She said, "Let's go shopping. What do you want?" Always had a meal for you, but she would hit me up. "Listen, I cook. Are you hungry? Come through. Come through and get something to eat." As soon as I walked through the door, she get my plate heated up, everything ready. She was just super attracted to my swag. Because I was from up north. She'd never seen a dude like me before. She was in her late 30s. She already had 2 kids. She already hit the wall. She took her time with me. She would undress me. I'm telling you, like, a lot of men up here are complaining about women, or women don't do this, women don't do that. Bro, sometimes you have to go to a different state. You are a gem when you go to a different state. That is king's treatment. You're not going to get king's treatment where you are, when you're the same as every other dude. When women see you the same, nothing separates yourself. If you're not in the gym working out, if you're not an overly handsome dude, you're not going to get the king's treatment. You have to go somewhere else. And you have to experience other things. And you can't just be dealing with women in the same age bracket, because you're not going to tickle their fancy, and they're not going to tickle your fancy. It's just going to be like average. Obviously, if 2 people are into each other and, you know, the chemistry is there, the sex is going to be great. But I'm talking about king's treatment. And you're going to get that being at a certain age and dealing with an older woman that's at least 10 years older than you. Or even 5. Even 5 is considered older. But I would say 10 is like a good number for really get the super, super king's treatment. Because she's going to see you as way younger than her, and she's going to feel like she has to prove herself to you. because these older women know how good these younger women look. Oh, they know how their bodies are. But they don't, I don't think they realize that these younger women are not very good in bed. They're very boring in bed. There was another older woman I messed with in Florida. I had sex with her like twice. She bought me a pair of shoes. Women in this, especially women in the South, especially women that find you attractive, they don't mind spending money on you. And I've said this before in other videos. So I'm gonna talk about another female. When I came back to CT, I was messing with this older lady. Another old lady took her time. I went to her apartment. I sat down. She's slowly taking off my shirt, kissing on my neck, kissing on my stomach, taking her time, giving me straight up king's treatment. Sat me down in a chair and went to work on her knees. And then the rest is history. I've had the best sexual experience with older women. 100%. I had two virgins. I took two girls' virginities. And they were the worst sexual experiences I've ever had. Worst. I hope you guys are still watching and listening to this main part. I want you to realize that, because so many people up here on social media talking about virgins. Oh, guys, want a woman that's a virgin that hasn't been with many men. Where's the experience there? The sex is going to be boring. Especially you get you a virgin that just doesn't have it in them. That's not willing to, See, the thing is, the two women I went with, they couldn't deep throat. Like, if I would have forced them to try to, like, it would have been abuse, sexual abuse. Like, they would have, oh, I'm gagging, like, threw up and been angry, started crying. That's the type of women I was dealing with. You can't work with those type of women. I'm sorry. Now, if you got you a virgin that's a straight up freak and that's willing to pass that gag, deal with the gagging, you know what I'm saying? And willing to just be straight up freaky, it's totally different. Like, women are literally different. Like, I've dealt with women that straight up would just, you just put your two fingers down there and it's dripping wet. Just already ready. I didn't have to do nothing. And some women need foreplay. Some women, you gotta kiss them on their neck and do it. And the thing is, I've experienced too many women that were already just wet and ready. So for one of my exes that was a virgin, she experienced some other dude and she was like, oh, he's better at foreplay than you. He did. Good for him. Good for you. You were whack to me. I've had so many women that were better than you. I always have to initiate sex with you. You never ripped my clothes off. You never deep throw the fuck on my cock. You never try to ride my cock as good as you can. You are fucking boring. You are boring. I don't care how tight your vagina is. That means nothing to me. To each his own. Some of you dudes like that boring shit. Some of you dudes, and that's the thing. I'm gonna switch this video a little bit more. We're done talking about older women. We're gonna talk about inexperienced women. A lot of you dudes who say you want women that are inexperienced, that haven't been with many men, you are insecure. Very insecure. When you're a secure man and you've been with different types of women, different ages, different races, you don't care how many women the girl you're with. As long as her shit is tight and she's a freak and she knows what she's doing, that's all that matters. Why do I care who you've been with before me? You don't care who I've been with. It goes both ways. I was a hoe. Why should I care if you were a hoe? As long as you don't got a bunch of kids and your shit's not super loose, where I want to put it in your ass all the time because your pussy is fucking loose. Why does that matter? So stop falling for that, guys. These dudes are super insecure. These dudes who care about a woman's body count are insecure. As long as she carries herself like a lady and not a hoe and doesn't use too much profanity, her pussy's not garbage, her pH level's on point where she doesn't stink, she can deep throat. Why do you care? She's faithful. Why do you care about anything she's done before you? Don't be fooled by these losers up here on YouTube saying that. They're losers and they haven't experienced anything. Again, if you ever have the opportunity to live in a different country, you're in the North, you can live in the South. You're in the South, you live in the North. Do it. Because you're going to get the best experience. I told you, when a woman realizes you're from a different part, she's going to do everything to try to keep you because she feels like you're rare. And she doesn't want to let you go because she doesn't know when she's going to come across a dude like you again. And again, you don't have to be in the best shape. You don't have to be the best looking dude. Just be yourself. Do not try to fit in. I never tried to fit in when I was in Florida. I stayed myself, and that's why I was able to get so many women. This video is already at 15 minutes. It's crazy how fast time goes when talking about something you enjoy talking about, guys. But I'm gonna get ready to end it here. Again, older women are the best experience. Best experience I've ever had in life. And I want you fellas to experience that as well. Because a lot of you dudes, you keep trying to go after women your age and around in your 20s, and they keep turning you down. And you have to realize that once you get experience with an older woman, you're going to realize that these younger women are nothing. And they don't know nothing. All right? I'll see you guys in the next video. Comment down below. Peace and love.